Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, and yes, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I want to walk you through the catalog today because it's a change, right? We're not going to have the annual catalog in it, but what you're going to see is you got the flavor of the annual catalog that's going to be carrying over for the catalogs throughout the year. So that's not only this catalog, it's May through August, but we also have the holiday catalog that comes out September through December, and then the one that comes out for the spring and first of the year, January through April, right? So they're going to carry over some of the flavor of that since they're not going to have an annual catalog. Plus all of the new things, right? So with that, let's go down the hands and let's get started, right? It's a fun ride. Make sure you have something to drink, and I brought my glasses because I know I'll need them. So let's go down the hands and let's do this. So what I like about this is, right? So you've seen the change already. We got on the front cover, right? We have we're pointing you to sweet collections, particular ones, as well as what your demonstrator continue, and also it focuses on the front cover here. What are the new end colors, right? But like when you go inside, so I'm going to slide this over so you'll be able to see both pages, and I'll try to see if I can see any questions that come up. That's not always an easy thing to do, but I will try. And in fact, I'm going to close out something right here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I can see that a little bit better and see if I see any, if you ask any questions or anything, then make sure that I'm there. So this here is very similar, right, to what we've already seen. The only thing is, as you go through the catalog, you need to pay attention for new items. And I picked this one particular because I just skipped I think I might have, no, we hadn't made it there. What I did is this came out, and we saw this when we were on stage in California. And so you got little cherries in here, right? You got to look for them because they're right here in front of us. It lets you know that it's new. Everything has a new back. They have our new icons back for everything. And here's an example of what I did at on stage. So what this is it's telling you that we have a new impression dies, and you'll see more about it through it, but it's giving you some of all the new stuff that we got going on here, right? But literally die cuts, and it does this raised embossing for individual things like this, right? So there's only a handful here, and not, but you need to pay attention to it, all right? Definitely the new end colors here is what we're seeing. And here's your sneak peeks here. Here's your shimmer brushes that are new. I don't have mine yet, but they're coming in. Let's see if I can see it. I hope you can see this. Anyway, so mine are coming in. I don't have them yet. They should be in any day now. I've ordered them. This is just all the new colors. So you're going to like the shimmer brushes. If you like the Winka Stella, you're going to like this here. And this also gives you another sneak peek here, and they're telling you about it right here. And this is the new hybrid in ink pad, right? So they're going to be doing away with the Memento Black as well as the StazOn inks. So I don't know if they're even still left on the last chance or not, but they're going away and it's all being replaced with this here. One thing is when you get to the hybrid stamp pad, you're going to need to let it dry just a little bit longer, all right, than what we've had to do in the past. But definitely introduced all the new colors here to you. And then here comes our table of contents. So here's some good things to watch out for, all right? So this is letting you know they've categorized things in here. So you're still going to see some templates. It's maybe not as many templates that we've seen before in the annual catalog, but they're still good afternoon, Bertner. I'm glad you're back in town. Whoop, whoop. So it's stepping it up for you, right? It's going step by step, quick and easy, and then just creating our way, right? Sometimes we need some quick and easy and step by step type stuff. But the important thing here too is down here you'll see the icons. So everything in here that's new, they have this emblem on it right here, this icon. And then products that are French and English, they got those icons there too. And this one here is pay attention to the QR codes. We're going to come to this later in the book, in the catalog. This is going to have an icon later that will show you. You'll have this right here, the QR code that you can scan, and it's going to demonstrate for you how to use that particular die set there. And then we got products with this icon here. It coordinates with the suite, so that you know it goes with a suite collection. And then last here, it's got this one here that says this products marked with this or icons are also available in the bundle pages. So that's what we come back to as some of the things that we'll see in here. So this isn't just new stuff, right? This is also going to be stuff that we had in the regular catalog, and you're going to see that. And you're going to see it in the catalogs later on in the year as well, too. As you come in here, it tells you about the product of the month, right? We do have the product of the month. We also have, here's another new icon, right? They got some new grid paper, not only for the positioner, but also for 12 by 12 paper. Highlights a paper pumpkin, also let you know what Shelly's favorite is. And I'm going to let you know what my favorite are too. Okay, so here we go. This is creating, here's giving us some things we collect by kits. This is the new kit right now, Serene Scenes, that's coming out for the month of May. It just came out yesterday. This one here, Radiant Reminders, came out last month. But again, step-by-step kits collection, right? They're all inclusive and they're quick and easy to take with you on the road anywhere you go from. And then we have also in here, you're going to have step-by-step scrapbooking workshop kits that are going to be blended in here as well too. But again, it's introducing you to some of the new ones right here. As we keep on going, right? They give you some suggestions, especially if you're not used to stamping, for people to things that they can start with for must-haves, and also some mix and matches, which you'll see some more of this. And you can see that all of these are new, right? You can see this is our standard stuff that it is not new. Again, we have some new stuff right there as well too. Some folks ask me about, the DSP paper. Well, with this catalog, once a year they come through with the paper, right, that coordinates with a family of colors. So this one's actually the Regal family colors right here. So they're giving you a sample of what that looks like. And that paper is actually coming in 12 by 12. And you'll see that more as we go through here. So here's your quick and easy. And here we have not only kits, right, but we also have these little ephemera packs right here, mix and matches. I have a couple that I got from On Stage, but they're just ones that you don't have to do any stamping, right? You can just actually take the pictures, put it together, and make cards or even scrapbooking, right? And then also it just shows you here they got introduced some new, if you haven't seen them, they got some new spots, colors, and they got different colors in it than we've had in the past. And at the very bottom down here, I'm not sure that you can see it because I can't see it, but look at here, we got again some more of the templates. So if you want more templates, all you gotta do is scan the QR code and you have access to more templates. So you have templates for card making as well as for scrapbooking, right? So go check those out. That does make it easy. Sometimes we just don't know what we want to do. Even I can do that. And then here we're going to go into the suite collections. So what I like is, right, they've given you all what you can expect in the suite collection. So we see here, right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 suites here that we're fixing to be able to see. So it's just giving us a way to look at that a little bit easier, right? Let me show you some of my favorites in here. So the Bloom Boutique, I will tell you I already had the die set. And if you saw my live last week, then my live you would see where I use this. What I love is this window scalloped box, right? That goes with this as well too. It's a suite, but you can buy things individually or collectively. The other thing is is the in color butterflies. Yes, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. But it gives you all the new in colors, right? And which coordinates beautifully with this paper. And then it's showing you examples. I like it going back to some examples, and you're going to see more examples. You're going to see that they've actually increased the quantity of samples they have here. So not only did you get to see the suite here, and it's named up here in the list that's new, but we also get to see that when we flip it over, that we have a scrapbooking workshop kit that goes just as well as that too, right? And then you also have a different bundle that can get as well. But this is real pretty too. This is two-tone cardstock and all the new in colors. And you'd have to go back 2 weeks to be able to see where I use some of this to create a Winnie the Pooh card. I love doing this and using it with an embossing folder and then going and using a nail sander and just lightly touching off that and letting the white come through. It's very, very beautiful. But you can see the papers are just very beautiful, and it's all with the in colors. right? And when you flip back over here, you can see how everything just looks very nice together, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and keep on forging on. So here's the next one. This is one of my favorite. We did this in the retreat. This is the Waterside Retreat, and it is a suite, and it tells you all the colors, right? The cardstock. So in the past, right, we've always had like a list of cardstock, right, that coordinated. Well, here they're just giving you samples right here of the colors so that you can see that. So that's a change, but it's a very nice change, and they really have gone through here and just shown you up a little bit more of the different papers, as well as these anchor trinkets. I've already gone through a couple of these, right, because we did it through the retreat. So I when we were able to order yesterday, I ordered some extra, but it's very cute. You can see all the different samples. I like the fact that you've got more samples now than we're getting. So we were sort of going back to some of our old ways, right, that we enjoyed. And here's the next one. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. The bling is very beautiful. The paper is gorgeous. And again, you can see where they've listed the colors right here. They've also given you an example of the Floral Spray 3D embossing folder. And it's just as beautiful too, right? And then we go over here. And they're using, right, the same paper, but now we have it in a scrapbook workshop kit. So if you notice, all we did is we flip from our Sweet collection. Then we come over here to our scrapbooking workshop that coordinates with it as well too. And again, they have different, so when you look at bundles and so forth on, keep in mind that the scrapbooking has some of their own bundles that may not be exactly in the other. And then the difference in the paper is exactly the same as in the suite here. The only difference is this one comes with a sticker sheet for scrapbooking. Right, and they give you samples just like they did before, right? And with a list of all the things that you're going to get in the workshop kit as well. So if you flip back over here again, I didn't see a list, but they sort of give you all the different stuff there in the suite. As you look up at the top, it just says suite collection includes one of each item listed below. So instead of like before, this is a change, right? But at least pointing it out to you and showing you different paper. And this loom white is stunning. It is almost got, I don't know how do you describe it, but it's almost like a luminescent color when you look at the paper sideways. Images, right? And they even got some little valleys. It's very, very pretty. Very pretty. I'll have to make something to show you. All right, moving right along. I've got this one, right? This one is the Scenic Coast Suite Collection. I would tell you, you would not be disappointed in this. This paper is reflective. Every page of paper, right? Every 6x6 of paper that you get, this water right here in the middle is reflective. It's absolutely stunning. And so you've got the bling here as well. And you see that you got the shimmer vellum, which is very nice. It goes with this as well too. But it's just very beautiful paper. Some very nice, right, sentiments and dyes there. It's very beautiful. And this is Beautiful Ordinary Life. I don't have this one at this time, right? But you can see that they've given you what's in the suite and shown you all the different items and the colors. And what you're going to really like is this is actually black. So this is Floral Flight accents. And so they all come in black, and it's very beautiful. And then again, here's your colors, right? And they give you samples of scrapbook pages as well as cards both. So that's what I like, is that we're doing the Sweet collections to give you both. And when you flip on over here, again, we have this as Extraordinary Life. Again, if you look it over, the paper is the same. I'm going to just flip it over. It's, again, we've got it here because it's got the sticker sheet, right? And you're also getting the coordinating, if you want it, the two-tone cardstock paper. This is really pretty and fun, and I like what they did with it here and showed it to you. And they tell you all about it over here. So this is the scrapbook workshop kit, right? So I just let you know step by step what's going to go in it. This paper, I have to tell you, there's always a lot of stunning paper, but this is really stunning too. Literally, when you do your hand across this, it's got like a velvet on it. You can feel the velvet, and it's very nice. You can see it's on every sheet. So like on one side of every sheet, you've got a vellum filling, and you can see it right here. Basically, if you look at this, you can see where the vellum raises up, and when you touch it, you can feel it. It's just really cool. So that's one thing about the paper here that I really, really like, and I have that. And it's got some beautiful flowers here. That's the bling embellishments here. This one didn't have a ribbon, but you know what? I don't know if you need a ribbon because it just feels so good. And it's just different, right? So that's the other thing. It is different. Moonlight Flora. This is going to be our June Adventure Club. Yeah, I've already highlighted on some of my stuff because I got this stuff actually when I was on stage. I got the stamp sets and I got a sample of the paper. I've ordered some since then, so I'll have more. But it's just, you can see how pretty it is, and it's beautiful. Here's the colors, and here's actually a treat hope box, right, that they showing you. It doesn't show that this is the one that we showed a minute ago, but you could, right? You could take that box we saw in the other set, and you could cover it completely and bundle up just like that and work just beautiful. This one is one of those that sort of takes you by surprise. So here is the new, right, I was showing you earlier, we have the new Impressions die. It actually has a mat, or they call it a plate, and it's flexible. It's flexible like our silicone mats, except it's a different texture, a little bit different. But they're showing you how you're going to use a spritzer. And here to get your QR, so you want to scan that so you see how it works. And we'll do one as well live too. But still, if you want to get ahead of the game, go look at that and see how it works. It was really very neat to play with this when we were in Long Beach. And like I showed you earlier, you can see how much raised it is up. The detail and how that really raises up. I don't know how it works, but it works beautifully. So so you need to look for this, right? Because not all dies will do it. This is the only one that I know of at the moment that they have. It's called Impressions dies. So that'll be something you want to look for when you look for something like that, so you know that it will be able to do like you just saw. It doesn't work for everything, right? So once we get through the suites and the different things like this, then we go right into the bundles. And as you can see, we have the new bundles here. Yes, I have several of them already. In fact, I even have this one. I got other stuff coming in. Let me check this one off too, because I already have that one. I have to do that so I just don't order the same thing, right? I don't know what you do, but that's what I need to do. Again, you have the ones that are new. And I haven't marked the new ones coming in yet. That one I just marked, I have already. And you come here. I want to show you where it continues over. So you get all the new stuff, right? We got all the new stuff here. And it is not in alphabetical order. All right? Just trying to see. All right, so you can see here, this doesn't have new on it. So you see that the stuff that they still have, that they would have in the annual catalog, right? They would sit there and they're carrying it over and making sure that you know it's still there. And here's another one as well, too. So just anything without the N, right? It'd be just like the annual catalog, except that means that they're still continuing with it and gives you a catalog to be able to see that. This is the positioner. I have shown the positioner, and I like it. What you can do right now is available now, so you can buy it, as well as you can go right here and scan a QR code, and they'll show you how to use it. In addition to that, you can also get extra magnets now. They're available online, and then also it comes with a grid paper if you want grid paper. I do that because that's how I like using grid paper for various reasons. All right, so moving along here, we got our stamp sets. Okay, so again, we got the ends because all the ones that are new. And I was gonna see that I have a couple of favorites in here. This is the Scallop Blooms. I like this one because I like it when we have several, right? Several different sentiments. This is really cute. I've seen this, and this really goes good with foil paper as well, too. Now, granted, see here, this doesn't have new on it, so this, again, is one that is carried over into the catalog. So you know they'll be there for the catalog, for sure. And then we're going to come over here. Words and Wishes. Yes, I do have that one. We have Banner Sayings and A Nature's Frame. So yes, someone asked, yes, this basically is, you stamp this and it's one big image, right? And we've used this for different things as well too. I like this one here because, right, it's got happy anniversary, thinking of you. It goes beyond just happy anniversary, right? You even have phrases to go inside the card that go with it. We even have a sympathy phrase in here. So I really like this, and you expect to see me use that quite a bit. Again, as we go through, this is not new, right? It doesn't have a new symbol by it. But these are just the stamps. So again, look at the top here. We got stamps. So when we were back here, so we crossed over to stamp sets. We had bundles, right? So if you're wondering, all you got to do is look at the top and it'll tell you. But there's more, right? It's not, it just ends right here. There's more. So these are stamp sets. This is a good one too, right? That goes and covers a variety of different sentiments. And here is, right, here is our box again. You can see what they did with the little box. And then this is crafting with care. This is when you stamp something and let people know that you've made it. It's part of the angel policy. If you're going to sell something particularly. And then here's some more stamps too. And I really like this. This is one. It's nice. You can combine things, right? You can put happy birthday, mom, happy birthday, grandpa, or any other, right? You can hit everybody in the family there with that. Again, this is stamp set, so we've already seen this, some of this with the other. But what I do like is they've gone back and added additional artwork, right? That's one thing we saw before they changed last year. And we used to see a lot of cards, different cards with different ideas. So I like that they've incorporated more of that back in here again. And then here's this right here. So again, it's just showing you right here. So now we're going to the different things. This is the embossing and the machine and everything, what it will do. So it's, again, it's showing you the impression plate here, right? So you, like I said, you want to be sure to check that out. That's new. The other stuff is not new, right? We still have an embossing plates, embossing folders, and we still have the mini stamp and cut embossing machine as well as the regular one, right? And then this is just going to lay out the die. So the reason why I like this too is because, right, it's let you know that you still have the party banners. We still have perennial postage. So what's happened is like perennial postage, the stamp set retired, but the dies did not. So they're still available, and let you know that in the catalog. So each catalog that comes out, you'll be able to see what is still there, right, from before, and that's available for you to be able to use, just as well as all the new stuff. You know, Bartner, what I would do is I would go to the Stampin' Up website and I would type in Mother's Day and see what it pulls up for you. The one I just did, the stamp I had where you could combine happy, it doesn't say mothers, but you could do happy. It says mom, not mother. I would look at that. Then also your paper pumpkin last month was geared, had some Mother's Day, I think, on that. But yeah, I would check. I would just put in Mother's Day. I don't know that I've seen something that just reached out and said, "Grab me because I'm Mother's Day." The gears, again, right? The gears is there. That is not new, but it's right. It's available. And we're trying to see what else. And here's all the other ones. So again, Spotlight on Nature. The stamp set retired, but we still have the dies that are available, as well as stylish shaped dies. Everyday Arches, again, right? That stamp set retired, but the dies are still available because they're so versatile. All of these are very versatile. Same thing with the Nested Essentials. They're very versatile dies. And I see this is becoming a versatile die as well, too. I already have this one. I just got to use it. All right. So, I have this and this, too. Good thing of the catalog. All right. So, these are the embossing folders and punches, right? So if you just want to specifically look at that, you can see which ones have kept the, I'm glad they've kept the circles because I use those a lot. But look at the ones that they've kept. You can see the new ones. And the rounded rectangle ones, that looks like that might be popular, but I always enjoy the embossing folders, right? Okay, let's see what else we got here. Now it brings us into the designer series paper. And it's beautiful paper. I've shown some of it, but here you can look at it and see all the different ones. These are all new. We've got black and white again, which is a great way to be able to do something different. This is just beautiful paper. It was in the retreat. It's in this month's club. We're going to be doing it. And I'll show you the front of it. So here's the front of it, right? So there's a lot of items that we can cut here, right? So we can actually cut across this here and come down, and you know you have your scenery already done and you're just adding to the scenery. So that's really nice. And you got 2 sheets of that. And then you have all the other papers in here as well too. And here's the ones that we saw earlier with the sweets. This is with the sweet too, and it's letting you know. I like the fact that they're letting you know that by just buying the $13, right, it is very pretty. All this stuff is beautiful as usual. So what I like is they let you know the paper, if you just want the paper only, but if you want the sticker sheet to go with it, then it's going to be $17, right? And it's all this is part of a suite. So how we talked about earlier, how it says we saw the little icons. These are letting you know these are all part of suites. And if you go back to this page right here, yeah, this was a suite also. These 2 are not in a suite, but again, it lets you know. You come over, these are all part of a suite that we just went through. This, like I said, this paper is beautiful, as well as this one here. I like when they do things a little different, right? Especially when the paper's reflecting like real water on you. I don't know how they do that, but it's incredible. Okay, here's the Luxe White that I was telling you about a little bit earlier. Let's see if you can see this. See how it shows you those images? That's how that paper looks. It's like a luminescent color that's on the white that shows you these different images. And that's why they call that the Luxe White paper, because it's incredible. And then this is what I was telling you about the family of colors. This is the Regals right here, I believe. But they do it for each color family. So you have this color here. We have the subtles, the brights, the new in colors, basic, so they even have it in beige, basic, black, and very vanilla. And they have the neutrals and the regals. So when you order, the patterns are all the same, right? Except it's just going to change based on the color family. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. I have some of the in color coming because I wanted to see. I thought it'd be fun. That'd be fun. Again, these are just our standard items, so they're carrying over our standard items right here in the catalog. We didn't see that before in many catalogs, right? So since they've done away with the annual catalog and just do 3 catalogs, they're going to keep with us the regular items that they have that's available to us will be in the catalog for us. So I just checked off some things I already have, but you see all the new stuff, and again, see where the word sweet. So it lets you know that it's involved in a suite. You can look that up. And then this is just going back to the mix and match. We saw that earlier. It's just giving you some more pictures here of being able to take those ephemeral packs and mix matching them up. You can cross things over. And it's just showing you how you can use the same thing to elevate designer series paper, right? And just adding to it. And then we get back into the mix match. So see, the mix match, they had 12 by 12 designer series paper that was in it that coordinates with these. And so I've got several packs that I got from when I was at Long Beach. I haven't gotten that yet. I'll check into that because this is actually labels, right? They're labels that are already ready to go and they got a adhesive back on it. And you got 2 of each. But again, we have 4 total packs that you can mix and match things around, as well as got the paper. And again, this is memory keeping, right? Again, our standard stuff, they've got right here, the flip flaps, and everything that we have here, the standard here. And again, here's our standard items they carry, so they made sure that's in the catalog. We already talked about the basic hybrid stamping pad, and they have the refill for it. They've had the journaling pen, but they have the white gel pens now. When we saw them on stage, they looked very nice. I've got some, so I look forward to be able to practice with them, see how they look. And then here's the new embellishments, right? So we have the new embellishments as well as the ones that have carried over and we continue to have. Look here. Here's a good example of those black floral accents. They're pre-cut and you can just put them on. So I actually got a couple of packs of those. I'm looking forward to playing with that. And I've already used up my ink color dots, so I'm waiting for mine to come in. And I got the butterflies, right? And all the ribbons. But again, we have our standard stuff that's been very popular and continues on. We got the rhinestones, pearls, baker's twine, linen thread. I can tell you how much linen thread I've gone through, but I've gone through a lot. But it gives you all the new stuff, right? These are very gorgeous. And again, it's showing you all of our adhesive, right? And then here at the bottom, it gives you some idea of what's sort of best, looking for the adhesive for the project you're working on, right? So, for example, for me, when I do 3D projects, I usually like to use either my tearing tape or my glue, or I can use the Stampin' Seal, right? Lots of times for ribbons, I'll use the mini glue dots. So they're different things for different projects, right? And again, the only thing here is new is right there, right? The rest of the items here are standard items that they carry, and they sit up there and they have them here. Again, so as you see the next catalogs that come out, you'll see these items. Are they still carrying them? They'll be right here. Same thing here. We already talked about the positioner, and here's the paper. You can go with it. And we still have the glass mat, right? And here's the new crafting grid paper. So this one is 17 by 14 inches. So you definitely get your 12 by 12 in there, but a little extra over to the side so you can make notes, right? This is really good, and I should use this for when I'm creating and designing. I can write all the stuff down that I use. That's a bad habit I have that I need to work on. And then this is just our standard stuff, right? Our chamois, our blocks, silicone mat. These are all things that we've seen in the annual catalog. And again, this is how we're going to see it. So that's when I tell you this is going to continue on. So when you get the holiday catalog, again, it's going to be the same size. You're going to see the same things carry over in it because they're things that are available for you. So again, it's just changing the format because then we're not going to have an annual catalog. We do have these are pretty cool. I got to play with this when I was in Long Beach. These are 12 by 12 water and dotted lines decorative mask, right? So I'm very anxious to see how that's going to look good, to sit there and do that with some of the shimmer. I got some more shimmer paste so I could do that. Shimmer paste is fun if you've never tried it. It's really easy to use, no different than the embossing paste. You're just going to put a light coat over the mask, and when you load that mask up, it's still going to leave a raised image, and you'll see it will sparkle from the actual paste itself, which is nice. Okay, and these, like I said, we looked at this earlier. These are new. Wink Castella is still there. The only thing we added is the shimmer brush, and it looks just as beautiful as Wink Castella, except it's all in new colors. So someone asked, is it in the other colors as well too? No, it is just in the new in colors, and you can get them now. They're available. And some of the others are things that we've already had. People forgot, even me, that we had the soft pastels. We still have the soft pastels. You'd have to go back on my YouTube a few weeks to see where I showed how to use those. And then here at the back, we've got talking about the new in colors, the new magnetic stamp pads that we have, and just showing you all the things that came out with the new in colors, right? So it's all the same right here. And put it all together for you there, just to give you the cost and what you can do collectively with the in colors. And you see right here the 12 by 12. We were used to it being 6 by 6, but this time around it's a 12 by 12. Oh, I would tell you, the shimmer paste is beautiful, and the shimmer brush, we got to see them demonstrate it when we were on stage, and it looked beautiful, just as beautiful as Wink Castella, except with color. You're gonna like it. And they kept this in the catalog too. So normally we haven't seen this in the many catalogs. Well, now that they're doing 3 catalogs, you're going to be seeing the color collections just right here. So when I was telling you about the color collections of the paper, here's all your colors. And what I liked here is they put everything up here for you cost-wise, right? And they've given you the images. So that you know that this is all cardstock. This is the 12 by 12 two-tone. Every color we have now has two-tone cardstock. The stamping pads, again, only the new, so you're going to see a difference in price, right? The regular stamp pad is $11, but when you come over here, you're going to see that these are the magnetic ones, and they're $14, and they're new. All right? This is, like you see right here, this is the only one that's got the magnetic. And then they show you the ink refill and the Stampin' Blend combo. So again, it's just listed by color family. And we still have the ink colors, right, from the 2025 to 2027. So these are just the new ones that just released. So they'll still release the new ink colors in the May catalog like they've done before. So that's not going to change. It's just the way the catalog is structured and the fact that they're not going to have an annual catalog. But certain things will still happen with each catalog, just as in the past. Then you come back here again, it shows you where you can order things by collection, right? So again, you can order bundles, the stamping pad bundles in bundles, right? And it's going to save you about 10%, just like you would on any other bundle. But it's there and available, and it shows you that right here and explains all that too. And then we continue on, right? We have an index. So we have our index, again, with the dies, embellishments, just go alphabetically. And then as you keep on going over, again, so this is really nice because they continue that. And here's your circle punches. While we didn't see pictures of all the circle punches, I don't remember that. But I can refer back to 61, page 61. Okay, I didn't pay attention. All I saw was that, and I focused on that. But there you go. There's your different sizes right there. Okay. I didn't know that. So yeah, there you go. And they list it, right? So we have everything listed back here. We have your workshop kits listed back here as well too. So if you can't remember something, just come back to the back and it'll point you in the direction. Again, the stamp sets are alphabetically, how we're used to them. We like them. They got tools and inks there. And there you go. And it talks about property rights, trademark ownerships, and all. There's still some legal things here that you might want to be a little bit familiar with. And then in the end here, we've got the fact of Stampin' Rewards, right? That's continuing on with a 10% back in rewards for everything that you order. And then we also continue with the information about if you want to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So right now, right, we have the special where you get all the new and color stamp pads for free when you sign up. So hope you enjoyed that. That is the end of it. Here's the back of my catalog here, right? Again, just pointing the directions to where you can find some of the different things and some things that you might not want to miss out on for essentials. There you go. And I wrote my name here, right? So I have a tendency to lose my copy or give it away. So when I do that now, hopefully somebody will say, hey, Judy, you left yours behind. And I can come back and say, oh, thank you, right? So there you go. So I hope you enjoy that, right? It's just, I like the fact that we got back to how we were more used to the annual catalog being. And I like the fact that, right, so it doesn't matter if it's the annual, it doesn't matter if it's the holiday in the fall or if it's going to be the spring catalog. Bottom line is we know we're going to have, right, all the information in the back. We're going to have the regular items that are available for us to have all the time. But don't forget about online exclusive. Now, I didn't talk about online exclusive, but you do need to check out online exclusive because let me show you this. This is where Winnie the Pooh was, right? Did not know Winnie the Pooh was even coming out. That was like a top secret information. It felt like anyway. Oops. But there's more, right? So you need to go online and check out the online exclusives because they don't have a catalog for that. You have to go online and actually look at it. But it's easy. You just go online, look for online exclusives, and it's going to show you everything that just came out. It'll show you the new stuff, and so you can see that because don't miss out on Pooh Bear. It says that you got a whole suite that has the sayings as well as the characters, and they're all throughout the different papers as well too. And the new ink colors goes with it beautifully. So with that, I hope you enjoy that. Go check it out. It's there online. If you'd like a catalog, I do have a few catalogs left. Not a whole lot, but I most probably have about 4 or 5. But if you'd like a catalog and you don't have one, just in the comments if you put catalog, please, and I'll end up asking you for your mailing address and a private message, and we'll get one to you. All right? With that, thank you for this walkthrough and on this journey with me today. And I look forward to crafting next week with you with some of the new items. With that, be blessed. Thank you for supporting us not only here on Facebook, but YouTube and Instagram. And have a very blessed week. And happy Mother's Day if you're a mom. All right. Bye.